Oh man, what's the business? You already know what time it is. It's your folk Marquise, and welcome to another episode of Plan Maturity. That's right, welcome to the Plan Maturity Show. This is the Plan Maturity Podcast, man, where we're here to bring a message of maturity to millennials and their manners in an effort to create the perfect citizen. So check this out, man. I'm excited. All I can say is Happy New Year. We in that deuce, man, 2022. It's almost unbelievable that we're actually 22 years into a new millennium, bro. Like, it's crazy. I know I'm getting younger, bless y'all, but it's just almost unreal that we actually in 2022. I remember watching movies when I was coming up, and that joint would be like, in the year 2025, in the year 2025, and I'd be like, man, that joint ain't even real, you know what I'm saying? And I want to go back real quick. I did just rub my nose. I normally don't do that because I be all on people when they be doing that. Like, people be rubbing their nose and all that. I be like, ooh, they do that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to put myself on blast real quick. I normally don't do that, but it was itching. So anyway, that's funny. Yeah, man. So we in 2022. It's amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so unreal. We was just in the dub 2020. 2020 was a very, very tragic and traumatizing year for myself and my family. We lost 5 folk, you know what I'm saying? And man, we're still recovering really from 2020. And we also lost a number of folk last year, 2021. But God is faithful. God is great and greatly to be praised. We're still moving forward, man. And I'm excited for everything that 2022 is going to bring. By God's grace, I'm getting into the schools. Supposed to been in the schools, but I've allowed my limiting beliefs and fears and things of that nature to hinder me from moving forward, but I am moving forward in obedience. So for those listening, I am available. Yes, I am available for empowerment speaking engagements for young people, either virtually or in person, you know, whatever you all see fit for your youth group. I'm excited, man. I'm going to be dropping some more books, little ebooks and things of that nature for 2022. I'll also be dropping my music project. It's been quite some time since I've been back in the studio, and people have been asking me, bro, when you going to make some music? When you going to make some music? So forth and so on. So yes, I will be dropping the project this year. I'm super excited about that. Probably my first official album. Even though things is different, like, you know what I'm saying, folks don't be dropping albums like we used to back in the day when the album was the thing, you know what I'm saying? Somebody could drop a song or 2 or 3 or make a little EP and the joint go crazy, make one nice song, put it on YouTube, start streaming, Spotify, and it just go ham and they get a bag. So anyway, I'm excited, man, with the podcast. We've had a number of nice guests on here already. And we're just going to keep running it up, man. By God's grace, got some folk that's going to be coming through. And I'm just excited, man, for what Plan Maturity is about to do in the lives of millennials and their manners, especially those of color. So just sit back, relax. For those listening in the audio world, you know what I'm saying? Continue to share. For those watching on YouTube, please like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. We finna keep on moving forward. So today's guest, I've known him for many, many years. Dear friend of mine, you know, loved one, you know, known him for many years, and just seeing his growth, some of the tragedies and traumas that he's experienced, but he's really got himself on track, and he's looking to do a number of cool things in the coming year, man. So I can kind of see a mentor-mentee relationship. It kind of was that for years, you know what I'm saying, in general. He let me know, bro, big bro, I always looked up to you. You already know that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful for the position that God has put me in the lives of many. So I truly want to maximize my reach with this platform by reaching out to people via these platforms, man, using my voice for change. So today's guest, he experienced a very, very traumatic, life-altering situation, which I'm going to let him tell you. He got his life on track, though. Now he's doing some other things that are very positive, because that's all I really want to deal with in this platform, you know, positivity, but reality. So I will, you know, we got some dope conversations that's coming up down the road. But again, our goal is a message of maturity, people that are growing up in mindset and finance and health and things of that nature. So I'm going to go ahead and bring on my guests. known this young brother for many years. And you can be blessed by his testimony and things he got to share. So, Chalman, Mr. Chalman Hobbs, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, man. So, these are my people, man. Known this brother for many, many years, man. And I reached out to him. God just laid it on my heart to reach out to him to give him this platform as he's really moving in a totally different direction of his life and positivity and using his story to impact young people to make better choices and to become who God called them to be. So what's up, Chalman? How you doing, man?
So I'm feeling all right, How about yourself? Happy New Year.
Absolutely, bro. So just telling people a little bit about where you who you are, where you from, a little bit about your upbringing. You can go as deep as you want to go, as shallow as you want to go, things of that nature. Just let people know who they're listening to, who they're meeting today, man.
Okay, you know, they call me, my name is Chalman, but they call me Champ.
Okay.
You know, I was born in Detroit, Michigan. Moved to Richmond. Turned up. I was wild, young. I ain't know no better. So, just, I don't know, pretty much just growing up, in the city, taught me ups and downs. I just turned 30.
Okay. So hold on. So let's explore that a little bit. Detroit, born in Detroit. So when did you how long was you in Detroit? And was you with your mom? Was you with your mom and your dad? Do you know your dad? Is your dad living like, let's get into it a little bit.
Everybody gone, everybody passed away, everybody died.
Okay.
Daddy, aunties, uncles, everybody in Detroit. I was in Detroit. I moved from Detroit to New York when I was 7.
Okay.
Parents of knowing my mama. I ain't really know my daddy, but my mama had her. She had, she had 4 boys. I was the 3rd child.
Okay.
3rd child always the most luckiest. The most blessed. So in my mind, I always I got 2 older brothers. So I ran with that.
All right.
Detroit, that was rough. It was real rough. It was rough.
So you remember Detroit? You got some memories of Detroit?
Yeah, I remember Detroit. I remember Detroit yesterday.
Okay.
When I was 5, I remember an army tank on our block. Looking for weather. An army tank. My mama hit us inside the shed. I was 5 years old. I remember that joint like yesterday, for real.
An army tank was on the block, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What they was doing? Was it like martial law or something? Like, what was happening? Do you remember?
I don't really know. Kids, I was 5 years old.
5 years old, of course. Maybe something you might have talked about just revisiting, but yeah, stuff like that going, always stick out of your mind. Like the thing about trauma and just overwhelmingly crazy situations, those things get impressed deeply into our subconscious. So yeah, I don't see you forgetting a darn tank. You know what I'm saying? In a civilian street like that, man. But yeah, Detroit is known to be a very dangerous place in general. Clearly, I got sports teams and all that, but people know about.
They're not the best. They're not the best, but they try their best. They rock out as much as they can.
Okay.
But with
have
Detroit,
you been back to Detroit at all, or is really no reason? Like that's just birthplace.
Yeah, I went back to Detroit a couple of times. I went to Detroit to meet my mama because I ain't able to get it. My grandparents, it was so rough in Detroit. My mama had 4 boys and she couldn't do it by herself. I ain't really know my daddy. I remember my daddy. One event with my daddy, I was young. He taught me how to drive the car. I was a little younger than 5.
He taught you how to do what?
Drive the car.
Okay.
He put me in his lap. Drive. He put his foot on the pedal, and then I don't know how, but I hit a tree. Yeah, so I feel like that's why I probably wrecked so many cars in my life, because at a young age, wrecked it at 3 or 4. So I remember very vivid. So that's the last time I really remember my daddy and stuff. Until I got to the age and I met him again. I had went to go see him. Just a couple years ago, just years back, met my mom and my daddy. was like, hey, pop out the blue, like, hey, what's up, y'all? Like, you know, they know I'm their child, but they don't really know too much of me because I didn't got raised by my grandma and them. Because, like I said, it was too much for them in Detroit.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to make sure I'm following right. So the time frame you talking about, they were both living, but currently in 2022, they're deceased. Is that correct?
It's probably going on like 10 years now.
Okay. All right. We're gonna definitely touch on that, man. Again, whatever you comfortable with in general. But so you went to New York. How long you was in New York for?
I was in New York for like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part of NY?
Harlem.
Okay. How
Main
was
Street.
that, man? You know, New York just.
Oh,
so that's two. First of all, those are two extremes. You already know you've been down in the R for so many years, and the R is its own place. But you know, it's certain bigger cities that have just been world renowned for stuff for so long. So how was it with the first 10 years of your 10, 11 years of life being in two of the worst cities in America?
That's ain't, you know,
how did that overall shape your perception of the world? Because sometimes, you know, we as people, whatever our temperament, like your environment does affect who you are, but at the same time, we generally still have our core temperament or way of being and living. Like, how would you say that affected you overall? Like, one, what did that do to your perception of the world? And then two, how do you think that affected your psyche?
I feel like just because those two types of cities, you know, people mentality and the way environment stuff going, like we was in the streets at a real young age. Like we was on our own. Like, go get it yourself. You want to go to the store? Go make some money. You go to the store. Because we ain't have none. I mean, I had 3 other brothers. You go to the store, you go get that candy. Oh, you like them shoes? You go get that. So at like 6, 7, with my grandma, she ain't really trying to hear that thing either. Like, you know what I mean? She like, look, y'all find y'all way to school. Y'all just better come a certain time. And that's what it is, some everyday stuff until y'all get old enough to get out of our house. So we got old enough to get out of our house. Like, so, but like growing up, man, that jump was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Because I like, now that I think about it, like I had to jump on a bus at 8, 9, 10 years old. Not no school bus, but like a city bus, you know, because I'm in New York at this time. You know, New York really ain't got no school bus. They got the MTA. You know what I mean? Go on a bus. So I'm on a train track. I'm on the buses, anything just to get from point A, point B. So I was like, that's why pretty much like I was always like advanced, like always trying to be like a little ahead of my time because I was pushed out there and I had to do it. You know what I mean? Because just because of the environment. And those real fast-paced cities. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
No, you know what I mean? So they was fast-paced cities. So I had to learn fast. Even though it was already built in me, I just had to stay on point. Like I had to stay with the program. Like, all right, well, I know I gotta go to school at 7 o'clock. I know I gotta be on that bus at 6:15, 6 o'clock because it's gonna take point A to point B. But I had to do that on my own. Cause my grandma ain't gonna get up to like 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? So none of my brothers none of us went to the same school. So it was like once we leave out the door, we all go our separate ways. So it was just like a little hard. You know what I mean? Just a little difficult, but I learned, you know what I mean? Cause that's what everybody else doing. Meet up, 8, 9 deep. We jump on the bus, you know what I mean? Go to school, come home, school bus. But that was just like my first 10 years, you know what I mean? That's how you move in those type of cities.
But I appreciate you sharing that. Like, that's very enlightening in general, even for me in our relationship. Like, I just always remember you being from somewhere else originally, but to really hear the whole story is a whole nother ball game. But those are formative years though, bro. Like, those are the most formative years in general. So I know that gave you a different grit and independence in general. So before we kind of move on now, kind of jump forward and then come back, do you still have that same level of grit and independence, like where I guess I just got to do it on my own, can't nobody tell me nothing? Or is it like you still got a level of humility where you know you got stuff to learn? Like, what you think about that? And then we're going to kind of go back to you coming to the art.
I mean, so, you know, that was my mentality. Like, but I was young. I was cocky. I was arrogant. I felt like the world was mine, you know what I mean? But me growing up, kids, you know what I mean? I had to learn, like, I don't know everything. Like, I have no idea of 100% what I really thought I knew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because everybody needs sense of direction. Everybody need help. Everybody might need counseling. Everybody might need this, might need that. But if you don't go seek that, then you'll never go get it, you know what I mean? But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I know it. Until I hit 20, hit 21, hit 22. I'm like, damn, I might not really know it. I'm like, I might not really know everything I thought I knew. At a young age, when we were young, we think we know everything. I mean, we at the hardest point in our life, we think we know everything. But I had to humble myself and tell myself, like, I don't know everything. And I'm at the point right now, like, I'm like, my ears like a baby, and I'm listening to everything. Like, I can take heed to everything. I'm grabbing everything, gasping everything that I should have learned 10, 15 years ago, but I didn't. You know what I mean? Because I was just so hard-headed. Like, but now it's like, thank God for the experience of me still breathing every day. Like, so that gave me the opportunity to learn something new. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm still learning. I'm learning more now than I did even in school. Like, for real.
Powerful, yeah, man. Powerful. Wow, man. So definitely an impactful story, bro. Definitely impactful thus far, man. So you left NY, so you was in New York with your grandma.
Yeah.
Already. And your brothers and all that, man. So that's crazy, like, just in and of itself, man. You know, I went to New York almost 10 years ago, and I got on the subway my first time, you know, so that was my real New York experience, where I'm out there walking around, you know what I'm saying, getting food, all that, you know what I'm saying. I was like, okay, you know, it was a real NY experience. Like, I'm on the subway, I'm under the little, everything you see on the movies, but that's normal New York life, you know. So you was in Harlem. So wow, cool, man, cool. So what brought you down to the R, man? You came down to Richmond, I say, guess what, 11, 12 years old? What made that happen?
I was 11.
Okay.
My grandma and them, they just felt like, it was like, all right, so, you know, I come from Detroit to New York, and their house, you know what I mean? So it was like a 1-bedroom thing. It was like a 1-bedroom. It was my grandma and my grandpa. But they got all of us from my mama, you know what I mean? All 4 of us. It's 4 of us in a 1-bedroom apartment. So, you know, we thugged it out for a little bit, kids. You know what I mean? We thugged it out for a little bit. But in the day, they was like, it's too much. Like, you know, we get all this stuff, like the school getting crazy. I'm picking up on a lot of stuff. I'm moving way too fast. And they like, oh, nah, we supposed to be taking them from negativity. And it's like, the more they rolling, I mean, they catching on to the stuff. So by the time 11, they were like, we're going to move down to Virginia, because my grandpa originally from Virginia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Originally from Holland Park. You know what I mean? So
okay.
We moved down here. I was 11. We moved straight to Holland Park, right across the street from my auntie house.
Okay.
So come down here. I'm like, I'm 10 steps ahead. I already know, like, oh, like, we ain't got no train tracks. We ain't got no nothing. So I felt, I mean, and then my sign I already adapt to environments ASAP. I'm Sagittarius, so, you know, one thing about it, two things for sure, we always adapt to our environments ASAP.
Okay.
So, and I adapted ASAP, like.
So your grandpa was from the was your grandma from NY or Detroit?
Now my grandma from Chicago.
She from Chi-Town. Okay. So where your mom was from?
My mom from Detroit.
Okay, she from Detroit. Okay. Dad too?
Yeah, dad from Detroit too.
So they from the D, grandma from Chi-Town, grandpa from the R. That's a nice little mixture in general, you know what I'm saying? In general. So he found himself up in New York, which a lot of our folk did, you know what I'm saying? I had family members that, you know, lived up there for years, you know what I'm saying? One of my uncles lived up there for a number of years. And I think my mama told me, like, she used to go visit or something, like up in NY, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Something like that. But anyway, Cool, man. Cool. So you came to the now you around the pop. So what was life like in Richmond when you got down here? What did you see a slower? Did you see what folks from out of town say? Y'all slower than, like, what was the speed of life culturally for you? Like, how did you see the change?
Like Richmond, man, shout out to Richmond, man. Cause soon I came, hey Keith, I ain't gonna wear like. Soon I came down there, it felt like I belonged down there already. Like it felt like I belonged down here the whole time.
Okay.
Because you know we funny.
Yeah.
Like, and if anybody know me, they know I'm funny. So man, I just met up with the right clique, man, and we just ran with it. Like they told me everything. I mean, I'm already 10 steps ahead of my own self.
Okay.
I started chopping up with people like, man, you know, it was a struggle growing up at first, man, because I'm with my grandma. I'm young, grandma stuck in her ways.
Already.
I mean? So she's stuck in her ways. She want to do stuff her way.
Yeah.
When over time, I'm like, I want to do stuff my way, but I ain't gonna because, I mean, I know, where she brought us from. And I was always grateful, like, thank you, grandma. Like, I mean, my heart just always like, thank you, grandma, thank you, grandma, thank you, grandma, for not let us be dead at 8, 9. You know what I mean? Like everybody else in Detroit would pass away. Like, so I'm like, thank you, you know what I mean? So, you know, I showed gratitude to her, but at the end of the day, it was still like, man, we so turned, like, because, man, you know, we funny, man. Like, we so funny, like, and, you know, I just met up the right clique at the right time. So, at 11 years old, like, I met my right hand up the street. You know, I was born, I was, you know what I mean? I came down here, first quarter, I'm on third. You know what I mean? So, my right hand on second. You know what I mean? So, every day, we clicked up. And, like, he would just show me everything we had need to know. Then I met everybody else on second, met everybody else on third. And, you know, I just moved from there, like, just start meeting people, and I mean, people just,
So just to clarify, you mean second Ave, third Ave. For those that don't know, and for those that don't know, these are, you know, Highland Park has 1st through 5th Avenue, which are different streets. They stretch, you know, a nice ways with a bunch of cross streets in between. So that's what he referring to, first, second Ave, third Ave, things of that nature. So yeah, cool, man. cool. So, so was you know, at that time, like, and of course, you know, say what you're comfortable saying, like, what type of stuff was you into? Was you into drugs and alcohol, or, you know, the ladies and all the crazy stuff, or you was just like, you know, I'm just chilling, you know, what, you know?
I went dumb hard. I went dumb hard. Like, I was already high-headed, you know what I mean? And I already felt like mentally where I was coming from, I already know, I felt like I already knew a lot. So I was into, like, we didn't come from school, go on the playground, get high as bitch on the playground, get real good on the playground. Then just go in the crib, play games. Tomorrow, back in school, leave us, a little drugs here, a little drugs there. I got old enough to start dealing with the females, you know what I mean? But once I got with the female, it was like, I canceled, like, I was stuck on that. Like, I pretty much did everything. I was into everything, like, everything. You know, grandma raised us in the church, but right after that, she forced us to do that. So it was like, in my
difference.
Want to go and then forcing to go is like two different things. Like, so.
I always tell that with my story, raised good, but the streets bad, you know?
Yeah.
This is what I'm directed to do. This is what I do, but it's a whole nother world, you know what I'm saying, of stuff we was into. So I get that. So go ahead.
Everything. You name it, I was into it. Like,
okay.
So curious.
Did you ever get in any legal troubles? Did you ever get run in with the law up north and down here? Like, you know, younger. I know a lot of people, you know, of course, stuff I see on movies and stuff, but generally speaking, when you're young, you know, you like to steal from the store or do this. But some people so young, they be in the wildest stuff, like stealing cars and joyride, just crazy. I mean, it's levels to everything. And personally, when I was 9, 10, 11, I was just, into regular 9, 10, 11-year-old stuff. I mean, I did drink, occasionally, alcohol that we might have had access to, or try to hit the cig, a little humping and little crazy stuff like that. But I couldn't imagine like stealing cars and joyriding at 9, 10, and 11. I just won't dare. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, well, so I was, I'm in a lot of legal trouble growing up.
Okay.
Like, I wish I never did. Then I wish I knew better. Cause now today it's messing up like a lot of stuff in my life, like even to the smallest messing up. Like, so felonies play like a real, real big role in my life right now, which I made a mistake when I was young. Like
at least 18 though, right? Because juvenile record get closed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty much younger than that. Like, I was into drugs more. Like, I just had a, oh my God, see, drug dealers. I'm like, man, that's me. I love the chain. I love the car. 20s. I love the 24. I love the 26. I love the loud music. I love the girls. I was just in the mix at a young age. So that joint like really messed up my future, you know what I mean? So with that messing up my future, like I gotta learn how to, you know what I mean, remove it, you know what I mean, get through obstacles with that being on my burden on my back to like not harming my future. So
go ahead.
It was like I was just into everything for real.
So what would you say, like, because as we what would you say to the young person that's listening on the other end of this platform, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I mean, from 12 to like 19 or whatever, just time where you just exploring, like you say, into everything. What would you say to them about the reality of the consequences that come with it? Like, would you say, hey, bro, you can have fun, but it ain't worth it, or find different ways to get, like, I don't want to put words in your mouth. What would you say now, carrying the weight of them F's, bro?
Me being me, myself right now, man, I tell them, put the guns down and pick the gloves up.
Okay.
Man, because it's like, it's the guns, man, that's really running the world, and the young cat said, because without the guns, if you just have drugs, and what you gonna do? You gonna rumble, like. So just put the guns down. Like, first order, like, the guns is nothing to be. But if you want to shoot some, go arm it. Oh, you want to anything, like, it's just not the guns. It ain't the guns. We got sports. I love ball. I love football. Like, put the gun down and shoot something. Go make $1 million, because the gun ain't gonna do nothing but get you 2 places. And that's just always telling them growing up. It's gonna leave you dead. And that's the real stuff I ever heard. But that joint is only 2 places. Like, and I feel like just play sports. Try to make the NBA, try to make the NFL, try to make soccer. And I mean, it's sports. Like, it's so much things we could do.
So let me speak to that though. I gotta do a little back and forth, because how hard-headed people can be at times, unfortunately. So when a young brother or sister saying, hey man, I'm young, I'm just having fun, like, whatever, it ain't that serious, I'm gonna be all right. And of course, like, the biggest lies that we always have in our mind when we're young is, it ain't gonna happen to me, or I'm gonna do it differently. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Seeing that you experienced it so young, and still dealing with some of the ramifications of those choices that were years ago. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because they're gonna say, bro, exactly. Whatever, like, man, I'm just chilling, man. It's just a little weed. It's just a little lean. I mean, or they did it first. So, like, what would you say to that?
It ain't just love nothing. It's never love nothing.
I like that.
Everything is big, and everything big in their eyes. Maybe a little bit to us might be all right, but in their eyes, oh, they
I like
trying to
that.
take it down. Trying to throw us against the car. They trying to strip us. They trying to shoot us if we run off. They trying to just destroy us as Black people. You know what I mean? So for me saying that, like, nothing is minor, nothing small. Like, the kids too old now to be even called minor at 11 years old.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because they know how to do it at 8, 9. You know what I mean? So it's
Big.
like, I would tell them, like, it's bigger than what we can even express to them. Because we ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, so I tell them, like, to be honest, at the end of the day, I tell a young cat right now, but like, look, bro, like, it's no point in you getting no felonies, ain't no point in you going, no misdemeanors, ain't point in you messing up your record, ain't point in none of that, because at the end of the day, you still got to do something in 5 years. You still got something to do in 10 years. You know what I mean? And every step, every mistake we make as a child is job low-key messing up in the future. So don't, what can I say? I'll be like, just take your time. They got enough stuff on social media. They got enough females out here. They got enough little boys out here. They got enough recreation. They got enough basketball. They got enough sports for us to, you know what I mean, take their minds off, you know what I mean, destroying each other.
Drugs and violence. Wow.
Drugs and violence.
Man. So we're gonna revisit that. We're gonna revisit it. Huh?
I said I wish I could explain it more. Like, if I had,
oh no, you good, because we're gonna revisit it. I want to talk about some of the other things that you've experienced. Then we're gonna come back to that. But I just kind of wanted to flow with things where they were. So a little bit different than violence. You know, violence brings trauma, and I know you and I were speaking on the phone before. You know, we decided to come on and do this interview. And by all means, if anything is too sensitive or whatever, we could just redirect it. But I know that you were saying earlier, and you told me offline, like, you know, that, you know, your mom had passed, your dad had passed, you know, and there was another big personal tragedy that you experienced many years ago. Could you tell the people what happened that kind of changed the direction of your life or whatever?
Man, so, like, for a lot of people who don't know, but because I walk around, I'm traumatized now. You know what I mean? I got hit by an 8-wheeler truck. You know what I mean? It cracked my skull open, left a big scar on my head. You know what I mean? It changed my life dramatically.
Hold on.
It changed my life.
You just said you got hit by an 18-wheeler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. Wow. First of all, wow. So first of all, look at God. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do on this podcast. I don't overly spiritualize it, but y'all, anybody that's followed me for any number of years know I love God, man, Christ, the Holy Spirit, the whole nine. Like, I ain't even gonna try to, you know, cover that up. Like, this is what it is, man. Especially when you see things like this. You know, God spares people for the callings and purposes that he got on their life. So if it's okay, man, could you take us back to the experience? Like, what happened? I mean, clearly I always tell my children, accidents is called accidents because we don't plan for them to happen. So it ain't like, you know, on January, you know, the 23rd, 2011, I'm gonna just go get in this accident. It don't happen like that. Life is going on, you live in life, and then boom, somebody run a red light, somebody slam on brakes, somebody car brakes fail. I mean, anything, man. For God's sakes, look at the accident that just took place where the truck driver just got 110 years, then he got 10 years, you know, 4 people perished. So it's the blessings of God that you still here with us to tell your story, but they gone. Like, it was, everything, stuff burst into flames. It was a horrifying situation on the news, bro. So what happened with your situation, man?
So with my situation, I'm on my way to school. I mean, the first time ever I ever jumped in the car with one of my friends, like one of my homeboys, like, he like, champ, come on, champ, jump in the car, I got us. I'm like, I'm already running. I bet. I jump in the car. You know, he driving, but we young. I'm like, oh yeah, like, Yeah, like, so we flying though. But in my head, I ain't know he had a couple, malfunctions with the car. So I'm boosting that, but I ain't really boosting it as much because it's one point, like, I'm jabbing my phone, texting, and it's raining outside. Keys, it's raining hard. It's raining hard. And for him to still be doing 80, I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh
like,
man.
He must really know what he's doing, because at this moment we got trust a thigh about when we young. I'm like, oh, he must know what he's doing. Like, he driving 80 in the rain. Oh yeah,
bro, that's a whole lot of trust, bro. 80 in the rain, like, oh man.
He hit his brakes, Keys. I promise you, he hit his brakes. It was a truck in front of him, hit his brake. When he hit his brake, the car flipped. That's the last thing I remember. That's the last thing I remember.
All he did was hit the brakes.
The brakes. He hit the brakes, Keys, and the car flipped so many times.
The car just started flipping.
Yeah, I ended up in a helicopter.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, man. And I ain't wake up till like 2 or 3 days later.
Wow.
Yeah, they said when I remember. Yeah, Keys, they said my head was out my head, my brain was out my head. Now, I got pictures. This when Facebook just started jumping. So I got pictures of everything. Like, I got my brothers, my family, my friends. Like, my friends to this day, I call them my brothers now because they was there. And if you ain't never kissed one of your friends at 18, 19, man, I got so much love. Like, my boys kissed me on my forehead. They got pictures like, bro, you was almost gone. Like, and I'm right there with a big, like, my whole brain out my head. But
so when you say that, you mean because it crushed your skull, they had to remove your skull and the swelling was so bad that it was.
Wow. Yeah. The swelling was coming out. It was already cracked. I guess it was looking for somewhere to come out. The swelling was coming.
Christ.
The swelling came out, and like, it was just so crazy. Cause like, last time I remember is flipping.
So two things. Were you wearing a seatbelt, and was he wearing a seatbelt, and what happened to him?
Oh, I don't really recall no seatbelt. Because I don't want to say.
Yeah. I got you.
But at the end of the day, I know he was good.
Okay.
And when I got good, I made sure that I didn't feel too right about the way he moved. Cause he got out the car.
Oh man.
As I was told, he got out the car. He came to the hospital a couple of days later. He came check on me one time. Friends, family, that every day. They said he came one time. I'm like, for sure, but I'm not tripping over that. Like, I never thought about that. Never ever thought about that again. Because it's an accident. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, like, I still pray for him and his family. And I hope he's doing the same to me. Like, but at the end of the day, like, it's like
that's maturity right there, bro.
Yeah, my family won't trying to hear that. Like, my family, my friends won't trying to hear, oh, we just lost somebody by the accident. Like, nah, like, I almost lost my life. You know what I mean? Kids, I almost lost my life. You know what I mean? And I'm still to this day, I gotta walk around every day with a big scar in my head. You know what I mean? Just because of an accident. So I say that to say, when you young, a lot of accidents happen that could. You know what I mean?
How old was you?
I was 18.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
What noticeable body differences that you notice? Like, is everything cool? Like, physically, like, do you have extreme headaches? Do you have balance? I mean, not to get too. I'm just literally curiously wondering, because I know,
I'm gonna holler at you, kids, on a one-on-one.
Already, we'll do that. We'll do that. So look, how does that make you appreciate life better?
Man,
like, this was years ago now, and that's why I said, when we were talking, because some people, they go through some traumatic stuff, some crazy stuff, and they still be wilding, they still crazy, they ain't serving God, they just whatever. I'm here, I got a second chance, and I don't care. I'm still gonna be me, as they say. So how do you see yourself moving differently? Do you appreciate life more? Are you looking to do more positive things? Like what?
Like like right after the accident, and when I actually found out, when I got sense enough to know that I had just defeated an accident, which probably the devil probably put in my path to prevent me from doing his will today. Like soon after the accident, my first tattoo, I used to always tell myself, I ain't gonna get no tattoo, I ain't gonna get no tattoo, I ain't gonna get no tattoo. Because, you know, we was on some natural beauty stuff. Like, I don't want no earring to woo out. So it was like, I'm gonna be natural. That was all my mindset at 17. But at 18, when I really got in that accident, I was like, boom, my first tattoo I put on my chest. It's gonna always be it. That just, I'm leaving this in God's hands.
Mm-hmm.
I made a tattoo myself. Like, it's a picture of me, God hands under my heart saying, I'm leaving this in God's hands. Like, right at that moment, like, I was like, I'm giving my life to God because I'm here. Like, I might make that fabricated now, but at that time, that was like a real traumatic experience. Like, I lost my whole brain. And I get crazy. I'm like, God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Every day, like, every day. You know, I started getting close to him. And I think this right around the time, I was mentoring. I used to tell everybody how powerful God was. I'm like, man, y'all playing, man. Man, God is real. Everybody like, man, champ, after the accident, you done got real holy father. Yes.
Yeah, what you think? Like,
what you think, man? Yes, man. I almost lost my life. Like, I was gone. So I just preached. I just taught. I was teaching. They couldn't tell me nothing. Like, all I did was talk about God. Like, I could be with the baddest Jane, like the baddest girl. I'm sorry to talk about. She want to do this and that. I'm talking about God. Like, look. Hey, I'm like, man, look, man. You think God want to do this? She's like, I think so. Man, look, man. I don't know. Then, you know, I was, you know, all the girls love the Jane. I was in the now. I was like going through it, like, man, I don't feel I'm gonna get this. I ain't gonna get that, cause I was already a little. What they call for the what they call a women's man or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was the ladies man thing. I was already, you know what I mean? But I was like, man, like I ain't gonna get no girls, man. Everybody gonna laugh at me, everybody gonna tease me. And it was a total opposite. Like I had girls walking to my head, like, oh my God, I love it. What is it called? My friends had names for it, like
wow.
Friends are funny, like so they either talk about that thing or either no, it was just like
people crazy, man. That's one thing. People are trip, man. So let's transition a bit. I know you were telling me that you lost your family member, and at one time you had a mental breakdown or something. You feel like exploring that, or?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it would be important for the people, but whatever you're comfortable with, man. Like, because I know you said one person died and another person died, and I know firsthand how extreme trauma compounded really does a number on the human psyche, man. I never knew about complex PTSD. I got a book right here in my bag that I need to study a little more because that's something I experienced, especially in 2020.
I studied the PTSD. That ain't serious. But not only is that serious, like right after the accident, you know, I got all on Facebook like, ooh, and at the blue, my mom on them shouted me out like, oh, I'm trying to meet my son. I'm like, oh, let me go see my mama. I dropped everything. Let me go see my mama. Met my mama. I had so many cousins, so many aunties hit me up on Facebook like, come, hey, cousin, we trying to see you. We trying to hope you get better. Hope you get better. Hope you get better. I'm like, all right, for sure. The following year, I go to Detroit. I meet them. I meet my mama and my daddy. All my cousins. I meet so many brothers and sisters I ain't even know I had. So I go to Detroit real quick. I mean, I was in Detroit for like about a year or 2, year and a half. As I'm up there, meeting everybody, I'm wild and like Detroit. Oh my God! Like my grandma wasn't in sight neither, so I'm like, man, I'm really ready to go crazy. So I just started going crazy in the D. Like it was no patrolling because I was already mad. But so I had got incarcerated. in Detroit. wild and stuff. I came home, like this when I was seeking like an out-notch. You gotta think I just had a traumatizing effect. So I get locked up, and only thing they talk about is either high power. When they talk about high power, they talk about Illuminati. And I don't want to get too much that, but that's my focus at that time. I'm like, I'm young, I'm trying to get rich, I'm trying to get this, so I took heed to that. I mean, on my own behalf, like not even knowing no better. I get locked up. When I get locked up, I got so many older cats. Cause I'm young, I'm 19, they 28, 30, 45. I'm looking like, man, these people crazy. And then I'm in Detroit for a city. I'm not, even though I was born, I wasn't familiar with it. Like, and kids I went to school with. I mean, so I ain't really had nobody hold me down that. So I had to make my own way. So, you know, me being big headed, I mean, I eventually, I mean, get comfortable in it, like, yeah, I mean, and, you know, my spirit is just so crazy. So I get in this, I'm locked up, and I got the older cat telling me about this and that and that. Like, I mean, it's high power, Illuminati this, Illuminati that. I mean, and I'm grasping all that because at one point in time, even my friends in Richmond, we was always talking to Illuminati. Like, so for these people to put that in my face, I'm on it. Like, I mean, so I'm taking heed to that. Taking heed. I don't even want to talk about that for real. I don't even know how you say it.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
But so
how long, if you don't mind, you know, did you do a few months and come home, or it was, you know, a little bit longer, or?
I did 6 months
in Detroit.
They did 6 months out there. Selling the car. Yeah, situation. Doing this, doing that, thinking I'm having fun, but the whole time I'm only making myself worse. Having that little seconds fame, only making my life in 15 years worse, and not knowing that because I ain't got no role model telling me that. So I come home, and I feel like I'm powerful. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm spiritual enough. So I come home worse than I was before the incarceration. Like, so I'm putting too much on people, like, people not used to me. Like, they were like, man, he doing too much. Imagine I knew my mama like for like a couple months now, not about a year now. You know what I mean? Doing too much with my mama, but like me and my mama, we finally had a heart to heart. You know what I mean? She was like, man, like, I love you, son. Like, no matter what, I love you. I'm almost lost you. You know what I mean? I just love you so much. Ooh. And we finally got a connection because we was bumping heads a little bit because I want to do that. But we had got a connection. You know what I mean? And I still don't want to hear it because I'm like, man, I don't think my mom seeing me, like, because I want to show her, like, I can protect her. Like, I'm like, man, I don't think she's seeing me, but she don't want to hear about, like, her protect. She want me to be safe, like, on her own, because she done lived her, like. But, you know, in Detroit, they party every day. So, and they party in the basement. So it's like 30 of us one day, like, we're 30, and 30, we deep in the basement. We deep in the basement. We deep in the basement. I walked past my auntie and my mama talking, like, and I heard my mom was like, auntie, I can't do this no more. I'm like, man, like, but I walked past it, like, but I ain't paying no attention. I'm like, she talking about she ain't trying to party no more because she been preaching on that for a couple of days. So auntie like, man, don't worry about it, don't worry, you good. Man, like 10, 15 minutes go by. My mom like, somebody give me some water, but like, we at a party, so we not really paying her no attention. Like, Mom, you want water? Like, we got alcohol, we got Ciroc, we got Avion, we got hen, like, get you something to drink. She like, nah, I need some water, but like I want nobody paying her no attention, man, for real. And she can't do this no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like, somebody come get me, like, and I'm sitting right there, I can hear her, like, I'm playing spade, me and my older brother, I'm playing spade. So I'm like, what she mean? Like, she needs some water, she ain't feeling too good. Like, Mom, you good? Kids, I promise you, like 2 seconds after she said that, she was like, all right. And fell back. I'm like, I see my mama falling back. Like, she's so close to me. Like, she's so close to me. Like, I can run and catch her. She falling back. And when she fell back, like, that was it. Like, her head hit the floor so hard. Like, we asphalt, like, her head, boom, 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 boom. I ran up to like, Mom. She ain't respond. I'm like, Mom. She ain't respond. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I'm like, mom. But mind you, all my nieces, all my cousins, everybody, CNAs. Everybody a nurse. Couldn't nobody do nothing for her. Ain't nobody even know the first stuff to even do for her. Like, so I'm right in front of her, like, mom. And it's like 10 of us in front of her. Mom, get up, Crystal, get up. I'm looking like, I know it is, because, you know, right before I seen her, I just seen somebody get killed a year ago. I just seen somebody die a year ago when I was in Richmond. I seen my first time seeing somebody get killed. I was in Richmond. I'm like, oh, I know what that is, but I'm not trying to accept it. I'm like, man, like, this ain't real. Like, this ain't real. Like, come on, y'all, pick up. We pick my mom up. I see the pee coming to her. I see the pee coming to her leg, so I know it's real. I'm like, man, this ain't real. Like, this might be it. Like, this might be it. Like, we pick her up, put her in the car. I'm in the back seat with my mom. Like, I'm in the back seat with her. My brother flying. Mom going through all the lights. I'm back there like, mom. Wake up, mom. She not responding. This is 10 minutes now after she not responding. I'm like, mom. We get to the hospital. I don't even follow everybody in the hospital. I already know, like,
yeah,
my mama gone, so I'm like, my mama gone, but that was already like, I already got the brain trauma. I'm like, all right, this is crazy. Like, so that just hit me. They come out 20 minutes later, like, we want to pronounce it, yeah, this family member gone and stuff. Everybody break down. But mind you, I already had my 10 minutes in the cut.
Yeah.
Like, something that for everybody else, like, man, y'all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna, because mind you, they live their whole life. I just came back up and
Gotcha.
It's like, mom, like, I'm like, yeah, man, we gonna be good. But I just broke down 10 minutes ago. I'm so like flushed out, like not even me. But you know, I got so much strength. Like, I was going so hard at the time. Like, man, we gotta bounce back, y'all. We gotta bounce back. Man, I thought I was gonna be strong. I break down the next day. I break down again. Now I'm in a depressed mode. Like, you know, everybody know me from being turned, funny, being energetic. Like, so for me, people look at me like, man, champ, you good? You can see the black stuff in my eyes. Like, and I was just so hurt. I was just so crushed. A week go by, I'm still messed up. My little brother in Richmond, they text me in the mix of me already going through, ready to get my mama funeral together. But at this time, I'm drinking. Like, I'm trying to hide my pain. I'm drinking. I'm throwing everything back I could. I'm throwing everything back, like, trying to get rid of the pain. That wasn't the pain. That wasn't the issue. That wasn't the problem. That wasn't the solution. Told you, my little brother, he passed away down here. They text me from in Detroit. I'm like, man, this junk going crazy. So mentally, I'm taking all this in the head, but I'm still trying to be strong. I'm like, man, a month go by. My daddy died. I'm like, shout like, I just met these people. I just met my parents. Like, we gained a good relationship and they both died. I'm like, man, this is crazy. So mind you, I don't want to know. I'm already depressed. I'm not talking about. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to get no money. I'm just messed up in the head. Like, I'm just in the. I got a whole house. I'm in the streets, like walking the street, like, man, where my mom at? I lose my mind. I lost my mind. Like, a lot of people don't have no idea what it feel like to lose your mind. Like, I lost my mind, and when I lost my mind, I ain't know where I was at. I ain't know how to get to the next second of my life. It was just, it was like, man, I'm gone. Like, I went crazy. I just started flipping everything outside. I'm throwing trash cans at people's house. I'm kicking people's cars. Like, I'm going crazy. Out the blue, I lost my mind. I'm like, man, this is so crazy because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I had no dream, no morals, no goals, or nothing. It was like, I'm gone. Like, this is it. I wanna go with my mama. I wanna go with my daddy. I wanna go with everybody else. Man, but like, I don't know how I found the strength to even come back from that. Now, man, I shook that junk. It took me like 2 days. Like, I'm talking, my brain is so tired, so exhausted. I shook that junk in 2 days. Come back. man, it was just like so many traumatizing effects back at the back on my brain. Like my brain taking everything.
Wow.
I do that, man. And it's like months go by, I lose my mind again. But like I can't, man. It's unbelievable because I can sit right here and smile. Like I can make the next person feel like they made all this money. I got some stuff in my closet that I need to fix. Like, you know what I mean? Especially my mind. Like,
so I definitely just wanted you to talk and get that out, man, because that's just mind-boggling, bro. Like, truly. I understand only to the degree that I lost close family members, but that core group, because at the end of the day, they still your mom and still your dad. So you had a level of relationship with them, even though you didn't grow up with them. But I know what it's like to lose multiple family members in close proximity, but not those. I almost lost my brother, as you know.
yeah.
Excuse me. How did your brother pass? If you can share that, if you know.
So, man, he was down in Richmond, and I can't. It's a lot of stuff, I mean, we can't speak on.
Understood.
But he got shot.
Okay.
Twice. Got shot twice in the chest. Wrong place, wrong time.
Understood. What about your dad?
My dad passed away. I don't really know how he passed away. He just passed away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right? He passed away. It's like I think he's worried about my mom was so much. You know what I mean? It was like a lot of stress and like depressed. You know what I mean? And anxiety and all that. It was too much for him. And I think the first stroke took him out. But it might not have been the first. It might have been something else. But we think it was the stroke.
Okay.
But it was just too much going on. Like right after he passed, when my auntie died the next day, so it was like so much going on. Like
so
important people, like pretty much important people passed away. We couldn't attend. So like dang, like but that, you know what I mean? It was like a domino effect. Like, and my mama started a domino effect. Like I told you, she fell back. When she fell back, that was like, all right, well, I'm gone. But like the Lord said, I'm really ready to take like 10, 15 more people with, you know what I mean?
So what was the autopsy, like what was her cause of death? Did they ever determine?
Oh, yeah, she had a heart attack. Yeah. She had a heart attack. She's standing right there.
Okay.
Silent one too, like.
You said what?
I said she had a silent heart attack.
Oh, so at this point in your life, and you shook back by the grace of God. So I mean, and that's one of those things, bro. Like I get it, but like me, I've been running this race now for 10 years consecutively, and it's one of those things. Like I get it when you're young. In my opinion, it's kind of more difficult to be sold out for God like that. That's why you do, like you said, need those close relationships and people in your life to help you, keep moving in that direction. Because all your folks like that, it be one of them things. Like I get it. Like my first conversion, 2008 going in 2009, I was in all type of stuff, car clubs all over the towns, all over, just riding around, girls, drugs, guns, alcohol, just everywhere. Yeah. Then my phone just stopped ringing. Like, I was just heavy in the Lord, heavy in church and reading and praying and fasting and everything. Like, and
you the person we used to look up to when we were young. I'm like, keep hurt, like, yeah. He used to pull up, like, yeah, can you pick me up? But we was young, man, for real, like.
A long time ago, man. But now understanding that life is so much more than those things and impacting people and just really changing people's lives, or being a catalyst for change out here. Because as you've seen, people need hope. They need change. They need something positive to be able to direct them. Like you said, you didn't have that guidance. And sometimes we have levels of guidance around us, but we just so engulfed in our madness, we don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? It feel good to wild out. It feel good to have all these chicks. It feel good to smoke weed, sell weed, and just wild out. Like that stuff is enjoyable, but it comes with a cost. It does come with a cost, and a lot of times we don't want to consider the cost. That's why I appreciate you sharing that. And that's how I be. Like I lay the cards on the table and say, hey man, look, you can think you know all that. I get it, bro. Like I'm 36, bro. Like I done lived your life multiple times. And you know, everybody's situation is different. You might have been in this and that, but it's like I've done so much. I know full well the action and reaction, the consequences or the results from certain activities. You can't drink but so much liquor and then that affect you negatively. Like it's going to affect your liver. It's going to affect your stomach. It's going to affect your mind. It's going to affect you. You know what I'm saying? Popping all these pills, perks and Zanes and all. I took Zanes probably one time in my life. And the what happened when I took them was so scary. I never took them again.
You lose your mind.
You know what I'm saying? I really believe it disconnects your consciousness because I was doing stuff that I don't remember at all. And I asked the girl I was with at the time, what happened? And when she told me, I was terrified. I was like, nope, I ain't taking them no more. Next time I wake up in the bullpen somewhere like, oh, what happened? You don't remember. You shot this man. Oh, for real? Who?
For real.
I ain't trying to go out like that. So man, what type of as we transition, what type of things you into now, man? What type of positive directions are you moving into?
So right now, you know, shout out to my fiance. But right now I messed up felony wise, but I got like 6 trades right now.
Okay.
As much trades as possible. You know what I mean? I still got a lot more I gotta get to. I got licenses. Right now I'm in love with I'm learning everything about the forklift right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Building that gen like an engine, like from ground up. Like I work like personally on forklifts. Like you bring me a forklift, I'm gonna fix that joint. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm at right now. But like last month, I was just into electricity. You know what I mean? The couple months before that, I was into painting.
Okay.
Like a year or two ago, I was into landscaping. So it's like I'm into everything. Like I'm into everything. Like and like that was me. That's why I was saying like you can learn so much. Like they used to say you can't teach an old dog tricks, but you could. You know what I mean?
For sure. That's true.
Like I still got my open ear up to learn. You know what I mean? I'm grasping everything I need to grasp. But like I wrote 3 books.
Already.
I'm on my 4th book right now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my clothing label dropped out here. I was in love with the music, but like the music only gonna end up 2 places. You know what I mean? So like I'm doing everything. I'm just trying to put everything in one lane and just blossom from that.
Okay. We'll definitely talk more offline about that, man. Actually, I got some opportunities I can probably share with you for sure. I'm putting together now some right now money and it's helping, you know, people to also make money and stuff. So we'll talk about that offline though, man. But I definitely want to hear more about the books. I definitely personally see you doing motivational, or I like to say, I mean, you got different levels: motivational speaking, inspirational, and empowerment. I consider myself an empowerment speaker because when I speak, I'm gonna impart something into you to then give you a level of power or energy to continue to move on. Like motivation is just like a charge. Poof. You charge somebody, yeah, let's go, let's win the game. But empowerment is like, I'm about to win the whole season.
Yeah.
Because I got what I need to keep going, game after game after game after game. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that offline as well, man. Speaking is very impactful, clearly, and it's very lucrative. I mean, I don't have that, we have to get this bag, but more importantly, create the impact to bring hope to the people, man. So by all means, bro, you got social media. You can, let people know where they can find you, so when your book is, fully released and, other stuff that you want to share with the people, let them know, man.
So y'all can definitely find me. I don't know who I'm talking to. I hope I'm talking to some souls I can change. But y'all can definitely go check my page out. My name is Chalman, Chalman Hobbs.
Say that again. Spell that again.
Chalman, Chalman.
Okay.
Different. You ain't gonna find too many. But me and my junior. And Hobbs. And that's the only thing I got right now. I'm not really in social media. I know I gotta pick up and really get on my social media level. But until then, right now, all I got is Facebook.
Okay.
And subscribe. Like shit, I ain't got that shit. But Instagram, y'all can definitely don't got one of those. But Facebook, that's
right. Find them on Facebook. So yeah, I'm gonna be working with them on that offline, man. But I definitely wanted him to tell his story and kick off the new year because it's a powerful, very, very powerful story, man. And we're gonna cultivate that, and we're gonna touch a lot of lives with that, man. So I appreciate you, bro. You can just stay right there. So y'all heard it here, man. That's my folk, Chalman Hobbs. So as you see him moving forward, dropping books, touching lives, man, just know the story is powerful. God has really, truly has his hand on this young man and walking living testimony, man. So I appreciate you coming. For those that are listening on whatever podcast platform, please share this. Leave your comments below. Give us some likes. For YouTube, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And just stay tuned, man. We're going to keep on rocking out, man. You already know what time it is, man. You think different, you're gonna live different. Any questions? Y'all bless.
God bless.